I am privileged to be sitting here with Tom Schueneman, one of my clients. We had a kind of an extended
Yeah.
period together working on your personal brand, just because life sometimes gets in the way and what we were working on got spread out. But I think in a way it deepened our experience. It got us to go a little deeper.
I had a knee surgery, which went fine. The knee surgery went fine. And then lo and behold, a few days after that, I had an infection in my foot, which required emergency surgery and a hospital stay. So and then recovery, which took a couple of months. So we paused our work together, and you were very generous with that. But when we got back into it, for me to have gone through the experience I went through kind of gave me, okay, I want to get back to work, and our work together helped me to recover, I guess. It helped me get back my head back into the game. So that was important. That was important. And again, just having, as far as meeting goals, having the brand voice guide and having the work that we've done together. I mean, every session we had, I have the recordings of, I have the notes. It's all very comprehensive. So I have a wealth of material to go back to. And even since we stopped working a few weeks ago, but in that time with the podcast, all the work that we've done, all the documentation we have, that saved me a lot of time.
Share with our viewers a little bit about what your expectation was coming into work on your personal brand building.
I needed somebody to, with all the years of me working in climate and environmental issues, I needed somebody to help me consolidate all my efforts, spending every day in the minutia and the daily news. I often lacked the bigger picture. So I was looking for somebody to help me kind of bring it all together. You can go off in a lot of different directions, and you really helped me consolidate in my head what my brand voice is. Just the phrase that we came up with, that you came up with global info worker, that really helped to kind of transform my approach to the work and gave me some confidence. Just putting together the whole brand voice made me realize, well, you know what? I am doing something here. Because sometimes when you are dealing with climate change, you feel like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill every day. But this gave me the confidence actually to do that, to feel that despite the frustrations and all the going in different directions before we started working together, again, just the phrase global info worker kind of brought it into a container where I can use every day to help me focus my work. And that was a big transformation for me.
As good as we may be at different things, writing,
Yeah.
communicating, whatever, perspective is huge. So shifting
Yeah.
yourself away, letting someone else who you trust and who you respect offer their perspective is very important. And then there's the things that we would never think of. That we would
Right.
never think of, something that happened when we were 3 years old, as transformative as it might have been for us then, that it mattered now in the
Yep.
context of our work, because we just don't have that perspective.
I'd been thinking of doing a podcast for years, and our work together has actually focused to the point where now the podcast is launching. So I think the big change is the fact that I'm doing it at all, you know.
Okay.
But again, your our work together has given me the confidence that I do think that I can always get better at my speaking and my presentation, but I have the confidence now to do it. That and I have something to say. I have a lot of work I've done that will lend itself very well to the podcast. So just organizing it. We worked on organizing the podcast. And so now it's actually a real thing, as where before it was just kind of in my head.
Yeah, and also the concept behind the podcast of it being
True.
audiovisual.
Right. Yeah. You were very supportive. I do have my audio engineering background, and I love to tell stories with sound and visual. And so I am now inspired to continue with that as part of the podcast. the this audio storytelling and then the audio visual part of it, just kind of a multimedia podcast. Whereas before, I was always kind of I knew that there were people doing video multimedia things, but I just didn't think of it as something I was going to do. But now I'm doing it. So that was another transformative aspect of our work together. The process that we have and the process that you give your clients, you're the man for that. You really help to bring things together. It's not just like a business coach. At least I didn't think of it that way. It's more of a mentoring sort of approach. And so I think it's very valuable.